What's going on, folks? TJ Lauerman, aka That Sports Gamer here, head of community for Out of the Park Developments, and I am joined once again by executive editor of BaseballAmerica.com, JJ Cooper. JJ, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, and I have heard that you guys have been extremely busy over there at Baseball America recently.
I would like to take a nap. Yeah, the trade deadline is always a crazy time. I think we wrote up 25 trades over the last few days. We and ranked all the prospects who were traded. We updated all the alternate sites, which is really hard to find who's actually at all the alternate sites with 60 player pools. And we broke the news yesterday about that next year's the 2021 draft will be July 11th through 13th in Atlanta at the All-Star game. So as one of our guys put it, Josh, who's always on here, when I'm not regularly, Josh put it, said Monday was a hell of a week.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Even
so
just listening to the Baseball America podcast you guys put up today. At the end, you just recapped everything that you guys have been working on with the updated team rankings, and again, all the trades, the stuff going on
it's crazy.
with all the stuff with MLB and MILB, and their negotiations continuing. Yeah, you guys do not have a lack of content over there.
No. That is not a problem right now. That is not a problem at all. And the great thing is we still have baseball going on. As I'm trying to, every now and then check over to my left shoulder and see what I'm watching Braves Red Sox while we do this. And I will give you updates on how Ian Anderson is doing.
Uh, I mean, since baseball stuff's been happening, we can talk about some of these trades. I think we need to finally update these rosters in the Baseball America Prospects League now that we're about to be. Actually, we're about to be in real time because right now we're on August 28th in the save. So maybe for September
Perfect.
1st we'll
Perfect.
update all this
September
stuff.
1st, we'll make the move.
Yeah, because there's a lot of guys that were moved. I don't know if there's any you want to talk about specifically.
Yeah, I mean, the things that jump out to me, obviously the Padres did a lot of work. Um, it's easy to say the Padres did a great job because they acquired Mike Clevenger. They helped their bullpen. Mitch Moreland's a nice low cost addition that helps them at DH. Those things are all true. But the thing to me is the two things that stand out why I really like this for the Padres. One is this is not moves that really were made just for this year. Trevor Rosenthal, the guy they acquired from the Royals, the reliever, he's the only guy who's on a 1 year deal. Clevenger's theirs for multiple years after this, and he should be one of their top starting pitchers for, really the start of the 2020s. You know, Mitch Moreland even, who's, obviously older, but Mitch Moreland has a team option for next year. Every one of these guys, besides Rosenthal, is a guy to help them this year and then to help them in the future. But the other part that really stands out to me is that the Padres were able to do this and not at the same time not give up anyone who I think that the Padres look at and say, oh, we just can't, can we get that guy up? Mackenzie Gore's not in this. Luis Patina's not in this. CJ Abrams not in these deals. The one guy wasn't in the Indians deal, wasn't in the Clevenger deal. Taylor Trammell is a top 100 prospect, but Taylor Trammell's, while a top 100 prospect, is a guy I think if you're the Padres, you could consider giving him up in a deal. They fix their catcher problem, getting Austin Nola. That's the kind of thing that I just loved what they did. What they did, I thought was doing fine work, and it will pay off for them, not just this year, which, again, I don't think they're going to win the World Series this year, but I think they could, if they go a couple of rounds deep in the playoffs, that's a great season for them. They haven't made the playoffs since 2006, but I do think it'll help them in the future as well.
Yeah, now they have the starting pitching that can get them through at least that first short round of the playoffs, depending on who they match up against, because Lamet's good, but if he's going to be probably your one going into the playoffs, maybe not the best thing, but now you've got Clevenger that can slide in there, and that's really good for them. And like you said, they didn't really give up that much to get all these guys. They gave up a lot of players, a lot of quantity, but not that top quality stuff. So when you guys do updated team rankings, are they really going to even move
down much? No, they're not going to move down much.
Yeah.
They might move down a little because they did. I've got my prospect handbook here, and the guys from 11 to 20 on this list for the Padres, a lot of them aren't Padres anymore. But the guys who are 1 through 10 on the Padres list. I mean, the two guys we had in the top 10 for them that were traded were Taylor Trammell, Gabriel Arias. Again, they still have 6 guys in our top 100 today after all these deals are done. So I just come back with, that this is still one of the best farm systems in baseball, even after doing all this. Yeah. Oh, sorry about the ceiling fan. I will try to adjust. Thank you guys for commenting. I will move it down. Does that help, Sir Wahoo?
Yeah, Padres made a move for a starting pitcher. A team that suspiciously did not make any moves was the Braves, though. At the end of the day,
Tommy Malone,
and that worked out splendidly in his first Brave start. But
then they also 27 ERA.
They also brought back up Fulte and Nuke, so that's not great.
I am baffled. I am kind of baffled that they didn't make
anything.
Lance Lynn, Mike Minor, Taijuan Walker, there were starters other than Mike Clevenger. If they weren't willing to pay the Clevenger price, there were other starters who were available out there, and they went. I shouldn't say they went over. They did acquire Tommy Malone. If Tommy Malone starts a playoff game for them, that would be a bad sign. Nothing against Tommy Malone, but he is a back of the rotation starter who nibbles. Yeah. And they kept all their prospects. That's the good news. The bad news is that right now, as we stand here on September 1, they have Max Fried to start a playoff series. They probably have
Ian Anderson's number 2,
who is making his second MLB start right now as we talk. Mm-hmm. And then after that, it's going to be maybe Mike Foltynewicz is back to form, having gained weight, which they were talking about, but. And every Braves fan, if Mike Foltynewicz takes the mound in a deciding game of a playoff series, I think every Braves fan right then would be having massive flashbacks to just a year ago.
Yeah.
And it's Newcomb who, or it's Kyle Wright, or it's Bryce Wilson, or it's Tukey. There's a lot of guys that they're hoping would turn things around, but they got. I'm a little baffled by that.
Yeah, and the thing is, they're not even trying stuff with the bullpen. They're not even doing some sort of backpack system with the pitchers where Wright will start and just give him the lineup 2 times through and then give it to Tukey 2 times through, or anything like that. They're just here, you go start, pitch till you get shelled, and then we'll take you out and try to put it together with the bullpen.
And on Sunday night, in case of Tommy Malone, that was here's a 10-0 lead. And I think it was 7 outs later. It's and here you go back. I'll hand it out. Hand it up again. The bullpen for the Braves last year, it was the rotation that looked good for most of the season, and the bullpen was the shaky part. They made a lot of moves at the deadline, and really kind of shored up that bullpen. That shoring up still is carried over to this year, but again, this is a team that you're talking about your back-to-back NL East champs who have a chance to be a 3-time NL East champs in a row. I just was surprised that they didn't add a playoff rotation starting pitcher. Yeah. And again, I think Lance Lynn could have been that guy. Taijuan Walker could have been that guy, not because they're great, but because the Braves legitimately need bodies right now.
I mean, I'd have taken Robbie Ray if I had
because then we're getting into fine as a reclamation project. Yeah, you hope it turns something into it. But that one I wouldn't. If you got Robbie Ray, you wouldn't be able to sit here if you're the Braves and say, "Well, we solved our problem." Clearly, Robbie Ray, who has been walking everybody,
I mean, it's just one more Band-Aid on the sinking ship. Because luckily for the Braves, they got their lead early, and so I think second in the division is not even 500. Maybe they're 500.
One other thing with this is one thing to remember is, unfortunately, this year, because of the format, if we're talking about a playoff bubble and 8 NL teams make it, there is very little advantage. No buys. Mm-hmm. Winning the division is congratulations. Let's shake your hand. You get to put up a flag that does say that you won your division. But other than that, there's really not a whole lot of difference. I mean, again, you would get to face a weaker team in the first round of the playoffs in a 3-game series, but you know, that weaker team could be something crazy like the Reds, and you go, okay, so it's going to be Sonny Gray versus Max Fried, followed by Trevor Bauer versus Ian Anderson, followed by Luis Castillo versus whoever the Braves #3 starter is.
Robbie Erlin.
Yeah, that would necessarily be a great idea.
Yeah. It's looking rough.
Again, it's a 1 year. If it's a 1 year thing, it's one thing. If we're having 16 team playoffs next year with a 162 game schedule, that makes zero sense to me.
Yeah, and the more frustrating thing as a Braves fan, like kind of the excuse was like, well, we have all these prospects and we don't want to give them up, but then also we don't want to play any of these prospects right now.
I think the Christian Pache era is going to begin over the Ender NCRT era.
I mean, Ender roped one up the middle today. It was, I think it was like a 71-mile exit velocity, which I think raised his exit velocity average this year. So
that is speeding in some locales. So
yeah, so
I did want to answer. Emerald Blade asks what we thought about the Tribe Hall for Clevenger, and the thing I just wanted to throw in on that is like this very well could work out for Cleveland. Like you look at it and you say, I think that the Cleveland does an incredible job of pitching development. So could they take Cal Quantrill and turn him into the guy that Cal Quantrill is supposed to be for the Padres? Maybe. Could they take Joey Cantillo and turn this command expert who doesn't throw real hard and needs to sharpen his breaking ball into a mid-rotation starter or better? Well, they've done it they've done it many, many times now. Can Gabriel Arias be Francisco Lindor's eventual replacement as shortstop? He's great defensively. Bat needs to improve a little bit, but is showing some positive signs. Maybe. Can Josh Naylor be a useful? I'm not sure about left fielder, but DH? Yeah, I think so. I think there's a shot to do that. So that's a lot of useful players. I do come back though. If I'm making a trade, it's if I'm taking the WAR equation, 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 is significantly less than 5. If I've got 5, again, you need some of those players to turn into 3-4 WAR players for this deal to be good for them. Because even if you get 6 WAR a year out of that group, and Mike Clevenger is a 4 to 5 WAR pitcher, you'd much rather have the 4 to 5 WAR pitcher. It's a lot harder to find that than it is to find guys who can be somewhat helpful to a club.
All right. Well, the real reason we're here tonight is to talk about the Baseball America Prospects League, which I just earlier today simmed 2 weeks. We are currently up to Friday, August 28th. We had a couple big things happen. We did have a no-hitter, and you're not going to believe who it was. Same guy that threw a perfect game earlier in the year. Michael Kopech threw a no-hitter against the Yankees.
Wow.
On August 16th. Pretty dominant. I think it was 9 Ks. Where are we here? 9 Ks and 3 walks, 105 pitches. They didn't really put up anything.
Very impressive. Very impressive.
Luis Medina actually pitched pretty good for them too. But yeah, Luis Robert.
Some of the best stuff in the minors. Just a little bit of concerns about the control.
Luis Robert continues to be really, really good. Also, I think David Peterson threw a one-hitter against the A's, 11 Ks and 1 walk. So not bad for him. And then
Oregon Duck, if I remember correctly.
I believe that's correct. And then Carter Kieboom. So I looked in the log. It said he went 5 for 9 against the Mets. And I was
Which makes me go, what?
I was like 5 for 9. I'm like, that's a lot of at bats to get there. So where are we here? This game went 17 innings. All right. And ended with a Rhett Wiseman grand slam in the bottom of the 17th to win 9-5. A little ridiculous.
That is insanity. I mean, that really is.
Actually, and they only used 6 pitchers.
As we said before, we do not use extra inning speed up rules here in the Baseball America OOTP League. Yeah. Jackson Rutledge, little did he know that he went to the showers after 6 innings and he could have gone home, come back, gone home again, and come back again.
Yeah, they played a entire other game after after he was finished. Yeah, probability chart a little out of control for this game. And the other big thing that happened was, let's head over to the NL West leading Los Angeles Dodgers. Take a look at their schedule. From August 9th to August 23rd, they did not lose a game, winning 14 in a row.
Wow.
They swept both. They sweep here. They swept the Giants, Diamondbacks, Cubs, and Colorado.
So basically, you want to talk about helping run away with the division. When you sweep 3 of the 5, 4 other teams in your division, you're probably going to be in pretty good shape.
Yeah, they are currently 8.5 up in the West on the Rockies. So
again, the Padres, it just baffles me. They're getting better though. They're playing a little closer to their run differential.
Yeah, they're a 500 team right now. I feel like this might be the first time in a long time we've seen this screen. Oh, let me shrink us up a little bit. The Mariners only 3-7 in their last 10.
Well, at some point you have to slow down a little bit. No, but not only that, they no longer have the best winning percentage in the game.
Ooh, correct. Yeah, Tampa Bay now has a 647 winning percentage, 10 points higher,
and a lower magic number.
Yeah,
15 games. I mean, they're up 15.
They're still up. They're still up a bit.
I like the Rays' chances. I like the Mariners' chances too. But I really like. But by the way, the AL, thankfully, there's wild cards because
yeah,
those division races are done. Like, they're finished.
And the wild card's pretty tight. The Indians are 2 games out, and they still have 3 games, or 2 teams ahead of them. So they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 teams still fighting it out for those wild card spots. 6 if the White Sox can make a run. But.
So yeah, Tokai, good to see you again. But he asks, what Seattle's who's been cold.
Let's go take a look at Seattle. Let's see.
And by the way, some of you men and women on here have been watching a whole lot of Twitch by seeing the stream elements.
Let's see who. We got Austin Shenton's only hitting 216 with a 290 on base, so that's not great. Novelli Marte 215, 271 on base. Cal Raleigh.
He is very young.
Cal Raleigh 213, 310.
So he's tailed off because he was having a better year than that earlier.
Yeah. Kyle Lewis still playing good, 278, 342, 506. So he's playing all right. Evan White.
I think he actually has better numbers than that in the majors, though, this year.
I think he does, actually. Evan White, I think, is leading the team in at least 2 of the categories. He's hitting 291 with a 377 on base, so he's playing well. Was it the pitching? It's not the pitching. Yeah, everybody's still pitching good. Logan Gilbert, 12-6 with a 2.67 ERA. Justin Dunn, 16-1 with a 2.46 ERA. He's still doing really good.
Yeah, not his fault.
Only real weak spots in the bullpen are Sam Carlson and Josh Cornell.
Sam Carlson is coming off of TJ. He hasn't pitched a whole lot in the minor. So
they both have high 5 ERAs. So,
show us the leaderboard. I need to know. I need to know if Carter Kieboom is still leading everything.
I didn't even look at that yet, so we'll find out together. Let's take a look at the AL first. Luis Robert. I hate all these names. Lou Bob, hitting 327. 327, 399, 599 slugging. That's a pretty good triple slash.
Chris Gibbons
hitting. He's getting it.
Wait, part of a 3-way tie at 37 homers?
Yeah,
wow.
They're hitting him in the AL. Him, Hayes, and Robert.
By the way,
37.
Yeah, so Robert is sitting there right now with a shot at. Well, he's not going to get the sabermetrics triple crown, but I can't see the two. Is he one or two? He's not one. Austin Hayes is one. I assume Robert maybe two in RBIs.
He is. No, he's down. He's down in like the top 10. He's only got 91.
Oh, okay. So no triple crown for him, but just a very, very good MVP caliber season.
I mean, he might get a sabermetric if Lamonte Wade falls a lot. But I don't see that happening with a 440 on base. So
Yeah, don't think so. Yeah. I'm assuming, do we have Nick Heath still winning in steals?
Nick Heath, 56 stolen bases. He's doing pretty good. Though he's starting to get caught more. He's been caught 15 times this year. Tied for the lead.
Sorry for the yawns, y'all, but like I said, it's been a busy few days. But Cardinal fan, when we get to the NL, I know what he's been at, you know.
Khalil Lee.
Howard Carlson. How is Gorman? You know. Lucius Fox, got to trade him. He was traded to the Royals just this past week.
Yep.
So now, if we make that trade, that does mean the Royals will have all three of the top three stolen base guys because he was just swapped for Brett Phillips.
Mm-hmm. Who did the White Sox just got someone fast too, right? Didn't they get Dyson?
They got Dyson. So, nice little low cost pickup for them.
American League Central has a lot of fast guys. Anything else?
Yeah, and Max Fire wants to know about the Royals rotation. Lynch, Kowar, Bubik, Singer.
Let's go take a look at that real quick then. 62 and 71, but they're all pitching. I mean, the records aren't great, but Brady Singer's got a 3.39 ERA. Let me see what else we got in here. Bubik, 6.7 Ks per 9. Cox, 8.5 Ks per 9.
I mean, no one's pitching great. No one's pitching terrible for that.
Yeah. They're pitching. You know.
Yeah. So
high
Kai,
3, low 4 ERAs. Jackson Cowers, so far the best of all of them.
Kowar.
Come on, guys.
I think in this year's Baseball America Prospect Handbook, we're going to add a pronunciation guide.
Pujols. Always my favorite MLB.com pronunciation.
But Tokai asked, what's the favorite trade of the deadline? And, let me think real quick. I mean, the easy answer is to say Clevenger because he was, to me, clearly the best. I mean, the thing that did stand out is that there just weren't a whole lot of division changing or even postseason changing trades. Obviously, I mean, I say that and watch Trevor Rosenthal could go out, you know, or let's say Archie Bradley, you know, newly Reds acquired Archie Bradley ends up being lights out in the playoffs or something like that. But I do think I probably have to say Clevenger because the Padres are really the team that got a massive impact addition. Very few teams did so.
Yeah, now they have a legit playoff rotation.
Yes.
So that's a lot.
That's significant.
Yeah.
And again, especially when you're in the same division, though they're not necessarily going to face them. But if you're in a division where you're going to have to face Buehler, May, and Kershaw, you better have some starters.
Yeah. Pitching in the AL, Tyler Ivey still dominating with the 1.87 ERA.
Man.
Kopech 19 wins with a perfect game and a no-hitter this year.
Devi Garcia have a really good year, which we just saw Devi Garcia make his MLB debut. Young son, as Eric Kratz likes to call him.
Emmanuel Class. Are you going to tell me it's Clace?
Classe.
Classe?
If I remember correct. Yeah, if I remember correct.
Definitely need the pronunciation guide next year. 38 saves. Him and Mills are tied. Brendan Mckay, still doing Brendan Mckay-like things.
Joe Ryan, 228 Ks. Brendan Mckay shut down for the season, shoulder surgery, so we won't see him until 2021 in real life.
I think he's still leading in something else. Leading in FIP. He used to be leading in strikeouts, right? Where is he? Second in strikeouts.
Second now.
I wonder if it's like he's got to start today, and he'll strike out 11. Luzardo.
Then maybe we need to have a Brendan. If it does, maybe we have to watch Brendan McKay.
I mean, I would definitely be down for that. I still can't believe that Justin Dunn is 16-1 here.
That's, and by the way, Devin Smeltzer dotting the corners.
Karinchak, 22 holds.
Cool that Christian Javier. Christian Javier's had a pretty good season for Houston in the big leagues, and for us, he is leading in opponent's average. Him and Tyler Ivey.
Yeah, they have some good pitchers down here.
The thing that stands out here that I like, it's not surprising, but because OOTP does a very good job, but these are a lot of the names that you would expect to see. Tyler Ivey, maybe I'll be honest, a little higher than I expected here, but a whole lot of these are names you would expect to see.
Who has Ks per 9? Oh, Joe Ryan has Ks per 9.
Yes.
Where's Karinchak? Why isn't he up there? Inaccurate game.
Oh, I was gonna say it's. I think that's only starters that it shows. I think he doesn't hit the innings limit. I'm guessing.
Probably. He's leading in holds, so he's got that going for him. Brandon Rogers, kind of moving in on Carter Kieboom's his area here. 356 average, 434 on base, 590 slugging.
I'll tell you who no one's moving in on his area. Home runs is Ibndel Isabel's neighborhood.
Yeah, he's
anyone else just visiting.
He's putting some distance between him and the rest of the pack now, with 40, 120 RBI. So he's doing good there. I think we're going to scroll down. We'll probably see him again, but not in one of the good columns.
I think I know what column we're going to see him in.
He also has 120 RBIs. I mean, if he was only hitting 120 points higher, he could be a Triple Crown threat.
These minor details. He has 40 home runs and a sub 500 slugging. That is hard to do.
Yeah. Colton Welker, 121 RBIs. Not bad. Kieboom still 596 slugging and 1030 on base. So
Kieboom now third in WAR, behind Rogers and Gavin Lux. So it's the infielders. Bryce Terang 4. Also, it's all about infielders.
What do we got here? Jonathan Daza, eight triples. Him, Friedel, and Posh, all with 8. Brendan Rodgers, 47 doubles. What else we got here? 216 Ks. Has anybody ever had had a higher number of strikeouts than their batting average? Because he's on pace for that. I feel like maybe it's happened.
Jose Hernandez, maybe? I'm going to look that up while we're talking.
I feel like maybe we got like a weird Chris Davis year where he hit like $150 and struck out 170 times.
Chris Davis could do it almost any year now, to be honest.
Or even maybe an Adam Dunn? No, I feel like I don't know if his batting average ever got that low.
Jose Hernandez never did it. He had a year he hit $188, and he had a year he struck out 188 times, but he never did it.
Came close. 105 walks for DJ Peters, so he has a good eye. Gavin Lux, 195 OPS plus.
Yes, Adam Dunn struck out 222 times in 2012 and hit 204.
Yes.
And Mark Reynolds, thank you, Alex.
Oh, nice. 211 Ks and 198 average. Yikes.
But,
what do we got for pitching? Spencer Howard, still pitching quite well. He's 12 and 8. Ian Anderson, just tearing it up down here. And
poor Seth Corey. What
we got? Sixto Sanchez also pitching to a sub-2 ERA.
As we're seeing in the big leagues. Kyle Wright is the name that right there is having a much better year in simulation than he's having in.
Yeah. Also, I think Bryce Wilson. I think the whole Brave staff in here has been quite good. Let's go take a look real quick, because now I feel like we're running late. Pitching, Braves, Bryce Wilson. Where are you? 12-9 with a 3.08 ERA. Ooh, Kyle Muller, 12-6, 2.58 ERA. Where's Kyle Muller? Where's Tucker Davidson?
Man,
why are we starting?
If we're into teams, we got to show Cardinals, because we haven't shown in a couple weeks Carlson and Gorman, and I do take requests.
Yes. Hold on, Michael Baez, 217 Ks. He's doing good. Bryce
The
Wilson, 7 points for
Nicolino
baseball.
and Anderson Espinosa gets to be healthy in SimWorld, so let's enjoy this fact.
See Bryce Wilson down here, 0.85 whip. Patino all over the place. Guys are not making good contact against Lodolo. Patino 26 or 24 quality starts.
Nice.
Who are we looking at? Cardinals for Cardinal fan and my hat.
Cardinal. Yep. And your hat.
72 and 61, not bad. Pitching.
By the
carrying
way,
this team.
just to update you, Ian Anderson, has a 4-2 lead now. So second start, so is a good one too.
Not gonna lie, he pitched into the 6th. Is he still pitching?
I think he's done now.
That's like a top 5 non-Max Fried Brave start this year.
Yes.
That's so sad.
And when you say that, I think that was like there's the Robbie Erlin, that one like crazy Robbie Erlin start. There's Ian Anderson's first start.
Tukey had
I don't know what the other
6 2/3 and maybe 2 or 3 runs, and that was like the longest start of the season for a Brave starter. So this is a top 5 Brave start.
So Kai, it's Trajan Fletcher, I believe, but I've always just known him as Trey. So that one gets. I can't tell you that I'm dead on right on that, but I'm pretty sure it's Trajan.
Yeah, if you have any pronunciations that I can't even say pronunciation right anymore. If you have any name pronounced properly, JJ would be the one.
No. And the funny thing about this is I am known around the office as the guy who gets pronunciations wrong. So this
what am I listening to you for?
Because no offense, TJ, but compared to you, I get pronunciations right. So
All right, what do we want to see here? Dylan Carlson, 218, 17 home runs, 63 RBIs.
Him and Nolan Gorman, neither of them. Yeah. Again, that's not a great lineup.
I'm mad that Genesis Cabrera is pitching so well. I had him. We did a Cardinals franchise last year, and out of the park, and he just never came around for me.
I'm pretty sure it was last year. The last game I've seen of minor league baseball was Genesis Cabrera pitching in the AAA championship game. Yeah. Maybe that was 2 years ago, though. It may have been. These all run together.
But Ryan Helsley, if you're doing a Cardinals franchise and out of the park, he turned out very good for me.
And he is in again here.
Yeah, 13-5, 2.33 ERA. Probably got a ton of 10.2 strikeouts per 9. So doing pretty good. Already 183 on the season.
So who are we going to play tonight?
We are going to do 2 things. First off, we're going to pull up the schedule, and I'm also going to try to start a giveaway without breaking this thing. 1 month baseball America.com subscription. I can spell all those words correctly. So let's do that. We're going to give away 1 month to baseballamerica.com, so you can read all these great pieces that JJ and the team are writing. Woo! I got it to work. Just type in ! ticket, and you'll.
Good luck, everybody. And by the way, Marcell Ozuna home run. And I think I'm switching off of this game now to a different.
Nice. One, that's the second home run of the game.
So
I'm not sure I'll hit the first one. It almost hit him.
I think I'm switching over to Cardinals Reds because that is a tight one right now. It is 16-1 in the 8th inning.
Hey man, maybe if we throw some Braves pitchers over there, we can get that real close, real quick.
Philly starters too, you could say in that case.
Is there a Padres game today? No.
You know who? Okay, so I'm looking here at the matchups. I'm intrigued by Twins Rays because I'm a Randy Dobnak fan.
Mm-hmm. Is he most wins in the major leagues right now, or still
right there? They have been slowed down lately. So
Tyler Ivey and Kopech.
That's going to be hard. I think that's our one. That's our one right there. That's our one. I don't even need to see any others. Like that's it.
I think I agree with you. Yes. Mackenzie Gore and Mitchell White. both sub 3 ERAs. And
yeah, I still.
But we have not seen the Astros, to my knowledge.
I don't think we have seen the Astros. That's why I don't think we saw. Maybe I think you guys did the White Sox, but I have not.
I think we did one White Sox game.
I will throw it open. Does anyone in the chat have? I see a Reds request, but I'm thinking this is the way to go.
Yeah, no, nobody really crushing it for the Astros. Taylor Jones, 26 home runs, 263 average, 843 OPS, not bad. It's no Luis Robert, 37 home runs, 327 average, 998 slugging.
Yeah,
OPS.
Again, I feel pretty good about this one.
Yeah. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. Get your final tickets in there, and we can pull a winner for that. Let's start it up. So we got for the Astros, Jeremy Pena at short. Brian De La Cruz in right. Abraham Toro at third. Taylor Jones at first. Garrett Stubbs behind the plate.
Freudis Nova.
Freudis?
Freudis.
Freudis Nova is DHing. Ronnie Dawson in center. Luis Santana at second. Chandler Taylor in left. So we got two Taylors, but no relation. Two Taylors and a Tyler? I gotta pick this team to win, right? Tyler Ivey, pitching very good. .85 whip. For the White Sox, Nick Madrigal at second. Yolbert Sanchez at short. Luis Robert in center. Andrew Vaughn at first. Luis Gonzalez in right. Luis Alexander Basabe in left. Micah Rodolfo at DH. Brian Ramos at third. Victor Torres behind the plate. And Kopech on the mound. Look, JJ, you've spent a lot of time watching.
I had to do that since everyone else is doing it. I had to do it.
All right, we're closing up this raffle, so get your last ones in, and I'm gonna hit this close giveaway button. Oh, we did that. That we definitely did not talk about that great Mets pickup from yesterday.
Do you know? I saw several people do this on Twitter, but did you know that Todd Frazier is from Toms River, New Jersey, played in the Little League World Series, at Williamsport, and has met Derek Jeter?
That might be the first time I've ever heard that.
I know. I know.
I don't think I knew that information before. Also, Toms River, New Jersey, not New York, oddly enough. And actually, probably closer to Philadelphia if we're gonna be serious. I ended it on 88 entrance. So
I just watched Aroldis Chapman throw 101, and it got a little away from him and buzzed Brasso, which I don't know how it didn't hit his head at 101. I've actually seen Aroldis Chapman in the minors hit a dude with 101, which is one of the more frightening things I've seen.
That's not good. Emerald Blade 81 is our winner.
Congratulations, Emerald Blade 81.
Emerald Blade 81. If you could send AZ Axel a message, a PM, I think, a whisper. I think they call them whispers over here. With your email address, we'll get that all taken care of.
Well, let's get rolling, because I hate to push us on, but I have a dog that's going to get ready to go out sometime in the shortly after the 10 o'clock hour.
Yes. I'm sure mine will be very happy if I put him outside as well. My dog named for Greg Maddux. So.
My dog named for Max Verstappen, Formula One.
See, both great athletes. Jeremy Pena leading off, as we said. There we go. Oh, I guess Chris put a bunch of stuff into the stream element spot. I did not know. I just know exclamation point Tebow is what you want to type. See? That guy knew. All right.
Clever.
Cruz grounds out. Or no, Pena grounds out. Cruz hits a single. Let's fly through this. Any Astros that you're a particular fan of from this team?
I'm a Toro fan. I always think Garrett Stubbs one of the more athletic catchers. I've long been a guy who probably, I maybe a little bit too much of a believer in Stubbs, but I just think that he's a very small catcher. But again, there's not many catchers who can play second base or center field if you needed them to. Jeremy Pena, probably the prospect wise, like he's a much bigger. He's now like a really kind of bulked up, and that's kind of made him a different player than he was when he was in college. And he is and there's a run, but he is the son of Geronimo Pena, so former big leaguer. So also interesting that one.
Also, your guy got called up for the Blue Jays, right?
No, taxi squad. He's on the taxi squad now. So Alexander Kirk is one step away.
Close.
Look at this, by the way. Houston jumping all over Kopech. We always have high-scoring first innings.
Yeah, things you can set your clock by. First inning runs and a wild pitch when it's necessary.
Yes, for 3 wild pitches per minute.
Yeah. When's the F1 stream? I mean, I probably shouldn't say this, but if you like Out of the Park Baseball, there's a great Motorsport Manager game.
I have seen that.
I have bought it, and I still have not played it, which is a problem, because I hear it's very good.
I have, I think I've shown you all before, but I have Assetto Corsa and Project Cars and F1 2015, 18, and 19. So I have plenty of racetracks to keep me busy.
Some people would say, why would you talk about other video games? It's called research. It's called tax write-off. What do we got here? One out for the White Sox. Yolbert Sanchez flies out to left, which brings up Lou Bob. I'm just going to put him down for a home run here. I think I called a home run in the last stream with Josh. Could be wrong. Not going to be a home run. He gets hit. I'd be not a fan. I did not know Lou Bob 4th in stolen bases with 27. So
leads all non-Royals.
He could. There's a 30-30 possibility. He only needs 3 more stolen bases to a 30-30. I mean, with the way he's hitting, if he starts running more, 40-40, not out of the question.
There's this very strange thing going on, by the way, at the tail end of the Rays-Yankees game, where we have kind of a face-off after the game's over. Very strange. Very weird.
Are we going to throw Dukes or?
Well, I mean, we are in a socially distanced world right now. So eventually they did separate, but a little feisty between the Rays and the Yankees, which is good.
And sadly, we have to move Lucius Fox off the Rays. And he was one of those guys we had to battle to get on the Rays. We had to change his position, gave him outfield availability in this game.
Now he gets on a new team.
Well, I guess behind the scenes, who am I going to work with to get these rosters updated? Is that a Josh thing?
Josh and me, probably.
Because, is Lucius Fox going to still be in the game?
Probably makes him. I think he makes the Royals team. Yeah. I will probably. That sounds like a fun task for me tomorrow. So, okay, Tokai, I would start by recommending baseballamerica.com, but there's obviously a lot else out there. I will ask you a question, which is, thank you for the OOTP developments for the perfect timing there of the description, but what do you hope to learn more of? Because, I mean, again, you're right, it is so big. There's a variety of things. Like, do you want to get more into the analytics side? Do you want to get more into the history side? Do you want to get more into college baseball? There's so many different things. And yes, by the way, Ren Fun, it is always fun watching the bullpens. Like, wait for me. If there's going to be a brawl, we got to get there. Okay. Analytics and minors. So while we're watching this, I'm trying to throw in the answers of on the analytics side, behind the box score, Fangraphs are two uh, beyond the box score, sorry, are too good. Too good. But I would especially say beyond the box score is a good one for like they have some kind of beginner stuff. I'm trying to learn. They have kind of a learning R thing I'm trying to do on there, and doing some other sources too. Um, the minors, again, that is something we do really, really well at Baseball America. But not just us. I mean, there are other places out there, but I do think right now, if you're trying to understand what's going on with the minors, I will plug us for like the most recent issue of Baseball America. If you go to baseballamerica.com, we've got a lot of stuff on the structure of what's happening in the minors right now and how Major League Baseball may utterly uh, change the entire structure of minor league baseball.
Yeah, I did actually want to ask you about that. So let's just say we go to this each 120 minor league teams. Each team has 4 teams.
Which, by the way, them moving the draft sure makes it seem like that's happening because there's not going to be really the players to be short season baseball.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say. Like, what happened? Like, if you get drafted next season, what happens?
That part's okay. So you get drafted next season.
Where are you going?
You could start in the complex, and then if you make it out of the complex low A, you got here. Are you sending them?
We sent them. We're sending them. Nick Madrigal's fast.
There you go.
Gotta give him a shot. And Ivy was actually having a no hitter through Madrigal.
Oh, wait, and Stubbs has a good arm here too, so that's good to send him because we weren't going to steal.
We're going to send Yolver Sanchez. We got him up again. The ball is shallow. Sanchez is a fast runner, and Chandler Tyler has a great arm.
No.
No? You sure?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let's send him. It's Lou Bob. Got to give him another RBI. Got to get him with that leaderboard. He scores. Tied up. And Lou Bob goes to second.
Jokai, the thing that's tough about that as far as local team is I'm old, so I remember when like on the minor league side, there I covered minor league baseball for my newspaper, but that doesn't really happen a whole lot anymore. For the national teams, I mean, one thing, the Athletic allows you to see a lot, on one site so it is nice that way. Again, I'm recommending others. I'm plugging places. I don't have any cuts from this. This has nothing to do with Baseball America. But there are, again, we're not the only site out there that does stuff.
Well, last week, me and Josh were just plugging stores left and right. He kept plugging the Baseballism store, and I kept plugging Baseball Lifestyle 101, where you can go get your Baseball America t-shirt.
Yeah.
As long as you're a small, medium, or large. So I will not be getting a Baseball America t-shirt. Maybe I'll get one and hang it up in the back.
And we also we do stuff with Breaking Tea, which I always like. They do,
Yeah, I
like
this stuff.
their speed of which they produce stuff is amazing.
And if you like the Braves, they're pumping out new Brave stuff all the time.
Yes, they are. Brave stuff is a lot of Padre stuff right now too.
We got here 2-2, bottom of the 4th. Luis Gonzalez set up lead.
Hey, say, who was plugging Flight Sim? Because, by the way, I could talk for quite a while about the new Flight Simulator 2020, which I have no time to play, and I've even removed from my hard drive. But man, it is nice.
What you should do is just pretend as if it was a regular year, and you just fly from your house to whatever game you're going to watch on MLB TV.
I mean, I have found the amazing thing about that game is I have found my house. Like I flew over my hometown and I could navigate by landmarks of knowing, that's where the high school is. Okay, so I'll hang a left here. That'll take me to downtown. There's the post office. Yep, there's the church. It's that good.
We just landed on Main Street.
I did land by my brother's house. Oh, nice catch.
Oh, we're getting a lot of questions here. Do we want to signal Luis Gonzalez to round second base and try for third? The ball is very shallow. Gonzalez is fast, and Dawson has normal arm.
Go ahead.
I mean, this was the same situation with Madrigal. We gotta send him. He makes it. I think there's supposed to be an animation there. Alex, you wanna take a look at that? I feel like we're supposed to see the rest of it. Oh! You know what I did? I just realized.
What'd you do?
I know why this is happening. Because
You're playing as third base coach?
well, I'm playing as both teams.
Well,
Let's turn that off. Why was I playing as both teams? I don't remember why. All right, well, hey, at least we didn't do anything to break it. So we had some fun sending those guys. Look, I'm not saying Robert is like the greatest center fielder in the world, but he's pretty amazing in this game.
and he's really good in real life too.
Apparently, that animation hasn't worked. Alright, I will open a ticket. If you guys have any problems with your game, support.ootpdevelopments.com. And Alex or Scenic Lena will take care of it. Trying to think what else. There's a lot of SB Nation pages. I feel like those are real hit and
Good
miss.
for communities. Yeah, good for communities. Unfortunately, a lot of the people there've been some people let go there lately.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. Gilbert stands great. Nice tight game again. Again, we get a lot of good games.
Until Luis Robert comes up. He breaks things wide open. 416-foot home run to left field. Not bad. Guy can hit. Guy can hit. Play defense. Going for 40-40 apparently.
I'd be interested in what people think, by the way. Real Simple Hunter has a great question. Do you spring training in Arizona or Florida? Obviously, I do both, but I am very much a fan of Arizona spring training. I would be interested to see. Oh!
We'll just walk right by that one.
I'll pause what I'm saying for a minute here. Bench is clear.
They hit. What happened there? That's what
It was a hit by pitch.
after Robert hit the home run? Because Robert got hit last time and hit the home run this time.
I agree, Tokai. Next in 2020, in OOTP 22, we need like a guy being tossed, through the top of the. And by the way, Andrew Vaughn, big dude. So.
You know what? This was just great psychological warfare right here, because what happened was they hit Andrew Vaughn and then picked him off.
That's great.
So, brilliant.
Yeah, by the way, we need like NHL 93 on the Sega, where like basically the blood pours on the ice.
Like a little trainer's cart pulls out of the outfield and comes pick up the guy.
Yeah.
I am still trying to get to spring training, though I did go in. I figured out what year it was. I think it was 2000 to Brave spring training, but the plan was to go to Arizona next year. But I don't know if that's going to be a thing. So
Yeah, my summary. Whew, that was a throw. My summary for why I prefer Arizona is: you go to Arizona. Set up in the middle of Phoenix somewhere, and you can cover everywhere. And in the and I do mean very rare case, but it's happened to me where it's like, oh, there's going to be rain today. It's going to generally either be rain on the west side or the east side, and you just go the other way that day. And so it's wonderful that way. If you like airplanes like I do, having Luke Air Force Base there, flying over, surprise at the World Rangers game, best favorite facility, real simple, Hunter, is Salt River Fields, Rockies, D-backs. It is MLB caliber, basically. I have been also EV City to Bureau, thankfully, before it ended up. And yeah, it was a really cool place. Um, Florida has its charms in some way, but at the same time, it rains a lot more. So you have always the risk of losing a day where you just get rained out. And on top of that, if you want to see a lot of baseball, a lot of different baseball, if you're wanting to go to, you're a Red Sox fan, and you want to see the Red Sox, that's one thing. If you want to go see the Yankees, you want to see the Braves, whoever, that's one thing. But if you want to go and see a whole lot of different teams, you're going to spend a lot more time in the car, a lot more time in the car. And generally, if you want to go from the East Coast to the West Coast or vice versa, you're going to have Alligator Alley. And nice. Nope. That was Madrigal. I should have done it. Was not going to clear the fence.
Yeah. Also, if you go to Arizona, they're all like super close.
Right. They're all in Phoenix. I mean, you have
you just hop on the
much,
loop, the 101 loop, right? And you're there.
Yeah. You pretty much you have, you have teams on the west side, you have teams on the east side, but the teams on the east side you can get from the Cubs to the Rockies / D-backs, and others pretty quick. And on the west side, you have, like you go down to Goodyear at the bottom, Indians and Reds. So you can go up top, you get Rangers, Royals. And you are in Arizona, but you're in Arizona in March. Arizona in March is not a bad time to be in Arizona. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say the one thing is like I thankfully don't go to Arizona in like July, because when I check those Arizona League box scores, and it says game time temperature was 113. I'm not there for that.
Yeah, and if you're in Arizona, you just go to Top Golf at night, and you might run into baseball players.
That is true.
You also have all the hat clubs if you like buying hats. You can go to the Hall of Flame, which is a nice firefighter museum. A lot of stuff out there.
There is also a little warbird museum over on the far east side, and I went there one day and happened to see I got my own little private air show. Someone was just tooling away and picking up their World War II Navy fighter plane. It was awesome.
See, my problem is if I went out there, I'd have to go to Tucson for a little bit.
Hey,
Oh, and if you go to Salt River Fields, you get to go see the car show in the McDonald's parking lot, I think on Tuesdays. So.
Salt River is always fascinating to me because it's like right tied in with the mall.
Yeah.
It's like a mall right there. I'm trying to remember if D-backs was the first retractable roof. It does sound like that. I think that is right. I should know that off the top of my head, but I do not. But, okay, so we're at 4-2 here in the bottom of the eighth. John Dubin, who had a very interesting season last year at High A Fayetteville in the game. Yes.
I need to get one of their hats. They're on the list of hats that I need to get.
But Dubin basically throws a lot harder than he did at Buffalo, if I remember right, for him, and or at least he was at Buffalo when I said that. I don't think we've had a wild pitch in this game yet.
I don't jinx it. You just said Mike Rodolfo get thrown out at second in the inning, so.
I'm not trying. I mean, again, I expect one every game. So,
Ian Hamilton, who's been pretty much lights out for the White Sox. Let's see what they can do here. Grounded a second for the first out. Toro. Grounded a second for the second out. Can he make it 3 in a row? Grounder to third for out number 3. Just like that.
And there we go. Good game. Luis Robert.
Luis Robert doing Luis Robert things. And
by the way, great White Sox Twins game right now. So tied up. Twins just tied it up on a Luis Arias double.
Luis Robert 2 for 3, 4 RBIs, a run scored, and a strikeout. And
it is
a bunch of RBIs.
At the end of the day, it's all about your starting pitcher, said Chicago skipper Baseball America.
He's also very upset that he also lost. So.
Yeah. But it's a good news, it's bad news. He won. He lost.
He won and lost.
Yeah.
It's like watching an inter squad game. You're gonna be happy. You're gonna be sad.
Nice outing for James Caprillion.
What do we got here? Gavin Lux, a 13-game run streak just ended.
That's an obscure streak. Pretty impressive one, but an obscure one.
I'm just gonna get us to September 1st, and that's where we'll save it. And then we'll get this file
And
sent.
then we need to update. Yep.
And then we'll figure out these rosters and get that all updated. 20th win for Kopech. But yeah, I'll send this file over, and then hopefully later tomorrow you guys can go to baseballamerica.com, click on BAPL Sim in the top of the website, and then you'll be able to find the league leaders, all the standings and stuff, up to September 1st. Save early, save often. JJ, thank you very much for joining me as always. You guys can follow JJ on Twitter at JJCoop36.
We had a great question. But thank you as always, TJ.
Yep. And I guess we'll go watch the Twins game. Seems like
that's what it's getting very interesting here. And I think a ball in the dirt puts a runner at third. The go-ahead run is at third now. So,
all right. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll be back next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern time, hopefully with all new rosters, and that should be fun.
And now I'm going to go get Max and go take him outside.
Right.
But no Max appearance tonight. Sorry for that.
Maybe next week. Thanks, guys. We'll see you again next week. Take it easy, folks.